It's the book of Ezekiel to the 9 verse 4. And the Lord said unto him, go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and that cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof. I want to start off by giving all praises, honor, glory to Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostles and the elders, the great millstone. Peace and salutations to the hopefully elect. Coming at you with another quick lesson to the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai. Lord willing, this lesson may be edifying. And man, like King Solomon said, all is vanity, all is vexation of the spirit. Because to hell with America, Babylon, and great. And this is just a walk and talk through the spirit. Like I'll say it again, like King Solomon said. Actually, let's pull that up. Vexation. The book of let's see. Book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 2, verse 1. Well, let's start out 1 verse 17. Chapter 1 verse 17, it says, and I gave my heart to know wisdom and to know madness and folly. I perceive that this is also vexation of the spirit, or vexation of spirit. Jump in verse chapter 2, it says, then I looked on all the works that my hands had wrought, and on the labor that I had labored to do, and behold, all was vanity and vexation of spirit, and there was no profit under the sun. Now, you got to understand, King Solomon, who's the wisest man. Knew everything, had everything, did everything. And he said, all is vanity and vexation of the spirit. How much more so now? Right? Let's jump to verse 17. It says, therefore I hated life, because the work that is wrought under the sun is grievous unto me, for all is vanity and vexation of spirit. And that's what I'm going with in today's lesson. You know what I'm saying? The things here in America, Babylon, and great, man, this shit is vanity. Okay, the things that we see, the filthy conversation of the wicked. Now, the conversation goes into not just the hearing, but it goes into more of the doing. Okay, the deeds of the people. Man, this is vanity and vexation of the spirit, right? Especially a vexation to our souls, as we are trying to live our lives in a righteous manner as much as possible. Everybody around us, you know what I'm saying, except for, the kind that we reside with, and that's the kind meaning, the ones who, the ones in his faith, okay, the ones in the faith of Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai. But the rest of these people are a complete vexation. Okay, the freaking conversations that they have, even going on, when you watch, say if you got your different series or a movie, TV show, whatever you like to watch, it's always some folly. Always something in these shows that vex you nowadays. Nothing is just straight up with a standard of a code of conduct, honor, humility. No, everything is perverse. As the Lord says, I have mingled a perverse spirit in Egypt, right? A spirit of wickedness, spirit of folly. And this shit is a vexation to a righteous man. Now we'll even throw women in there, because you do got women of the faith. There's things that's going on in the world that's a vexation to them as well. Shit is a vexation to the believers, man. For real. This shit is completely vexing. Okay, but that's why it says, and it's talking about an angel, go through the city, and through the midst of the city, and in the midst of Jerusalem, set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and cry of all the abominations that's being done in the midst of. Yeah, we're sighing and we're crying, about this shit. Hey, when we go to the highways and byways, what do? We cry aloud and we spare not, and we lift up our voice like a trumpet. Okay, so as we're bringing out the words of Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai, as we're warning, as we are judging, or making a righteous judgment, as we are, warning, prophesying, edifying through the spirit, edifying through the words and spirit of power of Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai. we are crying out loud. Okay? We're talking about the madness that's going on in the society or around in this world. The beautiful thing about it is what the Lord is going to do unto this place. How the Lord is going to destroy this place. For all the madness and wickedness that's going on round about. Okay? Now, I start at the top, Ezekiel chapter 9, verse 1. He cried also in my ears with a voice saying, cause them that have charge of the city to draw near, and every man with his destroying weapon in his hand. Now, this is going into the angels, right? It says, behold, 6 men came from the way of the higher gate, which lieth toward the north, and every man a slaughter weapon in his hand. The one man among them was clothed with linen, and a writer's inkhorn by his side. And they went in and stood by the brazen altar. And the glory of the Most High of Israel was gone up from the cherub, whereupon he was to the threshold of the house, and he called to the man clothed with the linen that had his writer's inkhorn by his side. And the Lord said unto him, this is also an angel, go through the midst of the city and through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark on the foreheads of the men that sigh and cry of all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof. Into the others, right? Check out this separation. Into the others, he said, in mine hearing, go ye after him through the city and smite. Let not your eyes spare, neither have ye pity. Slay utterly old and young, both maids and little children and women. But come not near any man upon whom is the mark. Going back to this mark, it's the law. It's the exemption from what? Judgment. Okay, and that's what's about to come to the planet Earth. But a lot of y'all are not going to have this mark, this the wall, the exemption from judgment. A lot of y'all going to take the other M-A-R-K that's mentioned in the book of Revelation, the charagma. We'll get into that in another video. So it says, so slay utterly old and young, both maids and little children and women, but come not near any man upon whom is the mark, and begin at my sanctuary. Then they begin at the ancient men which were before the house, okay? So when this judgment comes, the Lord is not going to have pity upon you people. The word is going forth. The prophets is out there on the highways and byways. The prophets are all over social media, man. This word is going out, okay? And our people don't want to take heed, but that's okay though, because you gonna be, look, you're not covered by the blood of Yahweh. Your ass is you in a line of fire. Okay, if you even make it that far to, get caught up in the fire. Okay, but you're in the line of getting judged. Period. You're in the line of getting slayed utterly. Salakia. Okay. So now let's go where and like I said, this is just something quick through the spirit as got to thinking about different things and just seeing different things over the past 2 days. Like I was telling a brother, just being on social media, you learn, you see a lot of different information that's edifying, but also within that you see a lot of fucking folly, man. And there's just certain things that you see I can't look at no more. It's too much. It's too much. Now, one of the things we was talking about before camp was, we love women. We love women, and all the different things about women. Talking about the good traits and just even looks wise. Okay, I ain't gonna get into too much details. You know what I'm saying? But what's going on is we are over sexualized. Right? It's too much. I love looking at women and see their curves and see their lips and their hips and their dimples and you know what I'm saying? Long hair or short natural hair or however they may do it. Whatever, I may prefer. But when you get on the internet, it's just too much. And as I've grown older in the spirit and in the faith and just as a man, it's like, this is too much. Like, I never thought I would be able to come to the point to say, seeing a woman's beauty, but this is too much, man. It's too much. I don't want to see that all day. And it's everywhere. It's everywhere. to the point where it starts to become a vexation to me, is because this shit's wicked, bro. Because I know how women should really behave themselves. I know how women should really be dressed and be modest and be with one husband, and all these different righteous standards that our women should live by. Even the heathen should be having the standard of following the ways of the Lord, which everybody's going to come back to. But it's like, yo, like that's just one of the things that pisses me off, to see women, on all these different talking platforms, talking crap and dressing provocative. That's just one of the things that's just vexing, along with the rest of the madness that's going on around in the society. Okay? But I want to get this, the book of 2 Peter chapter Peter verse 7. I want to get to the point. It says, let's start at 4. 2 Peter chapter 2 verse 4 says, "For if the Most High spared not the angels that sinned, but cast them down to hell, and delivered them into the chains of darkness to be reserved into judgment." This chains of darkness is talking about these bodies. You know what I'm saying? Now hell is not talking about a place where people go burn for forever or eternity. That's madness. Like I said, we always mention how hell goes into a grave or goes into a condition. We in hell right now. This is hell. Okay, going through this, what I'm talking about, this is hell on a daily basis. Like, you cannot escape it unless you don't really have a TV. Now, you can kind of control that if you don't have a TV. That's up to you. But a cell phone, you know what I'm saying? You got to have a cell phone. And if you're doing business or looking at information and different things, you're not avoiding none of these different things. You're not avoiding folly. You watching TV, you're not avoiding folly. If you got to catch the bus around town and stuff, you're not avoiding folly at all. It's unavoidable. Wickedness is unavoidable in this society to look at. Right? It says, "And spared not the old world, but saved Noah, the eighth person, a preacher of righteousness, bringing the flood upon the world of the ungodly." Yeah, they had that the wash, so to speak. They were exempted from judgment, which a lot of you people ain't gonna get. It says, "And turning the cities of Sodom and Gomorrah into ashes, condemn them with an overthrow, making them an example unto those that after should live ungodly." So this was a world that got destroyed. I'm gonna set forth an example of how not to be. But America is this 10.0. "And deliver just Lot," right? Because he was a just man. He was with his 2 daughters, "vexed with the filthy conversation of the wicked. For the righteous man dwelling among them, and seeing and hearing, vexed for his righteous soul from day to day with their what? With their unlawful deeds." And I'm dealing with the elements right now, so that's why you keep hearing me do that. Yeah, but point is, it says he was what? Vexed, right? Day to day, on a daily basis. And ain't that what I said? Day to day, we are vexed, man, right? And we are vexed with the unlawful deeds of the wicked. So, we just gotta try to maintain, stay in the spirit, man, and just not let these things consume us, man. The things of the flesh, because that's what's consuming these people, and that's what's consuming the world. The things of the flesh, the lust of the flesh, and this shit is vanity and all vexation. This shit is vanity and vexation of the spirit, man. Shalom.